This is Best Given Voice by Billie Eilish. Roll the tape.
No one is illegal on stolen land. And
okay, that's good. That's enough. That's enough. That statement is okay. It's so dumb. And it's so dumb. Forget that I disagree. What can I disagree with? Because it's a self-defeating statement. Does anybody understand this? Mm-hmm. That's how dumb it is. No one is illegal on stolen land. There's no such thing as stolen land if everyone is illegal. Yeah. If no one is illegal. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
No one is illegal if it is stolen land. Wait. It's so dumb you can't reconcile it.
Yeah, wait.
Okay.
Go back.
No one is illegal on stolen land. But that presumes that land belonged to somebody, right? So somebody was legal? Is that?
By what standard?
Somebody was legal and we're all illegal because we stole the land, is what she's saying. Mm-hmm. So who are the legal inhabitants of America? This would be a fun conversation. Native Americans? Which Native Americans?
Yes, which ones?
Which ones?
Yep.
Which ones? The ones that killed each other for various parts of the country to take the land and the game and the country they lived in? Were they the rightful inheritors? Are they the legal owners? No. The ones that walked across the Bering Strait? Like, only the ones that walked across the Bering Strait. They're the legal, because there was no people here before that? Like, which conqueror, I'm going to be real, is the legal holder of the land that makes it so it's not stolen?
Squirrels.
I mean, also, by the same stupid rationale, weren't the pilgrims, let's get down to it. You're saying the white people. Mm-hmm. So the pilgrims come over here. Are they not refugees seeking asylum? The same as the people now that you're protecting, but yet they were the stealers of the land, but these people today are not the theft? They're not thieves? The pilgrims were fleeing religious oppression. They were refugees on the shores of Plymouth Rock. And you accuse them of stealing. But the Somalis in Minnesota are asylum seekers. Make sense of it, Billy. You can't. You can't make sense of it.
Sound logic.
Because here's the truth. There is no stolen and inherited land or whatever legal land. There is only the conqueror. That is it. It's that awesome scene from Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee when the United States military, whatever his rank is, officer, is sitting there with Sitting Bull. And Sitting Bull is saying, this is our land, this is our sacred land. And he's like, why is this your sacred land? You came here out of the woodlands of Minnesota. You were run out of Minnesota by these tribes. You killed every tribe along your way to South Dakota because you wanted this land and this game. And you killed every single tribe along the way. And you'd been doing so for hundreds of years before the first white man ever arrived. And now it's happening to you. You conquered them. You're being conquered. What's the difference? And for the record, by the way, if you really want to think about this, you're being conquered now. Meaning, that's what is the practical effect of all of this. And the people like this far left we've talked about this. The great replacement theory is conspiracy. How is it a conspiracy if they're saying it out loud? This far-left politician in Spain has said these exact, they just took in 500,000 migrants into Spain, asylum seekers, and the point and purpose, she said, was to drive out the existing population of Spain, to replace them with new people with different values and different ways of voting and relationships to power.
Slowly and quietly, though.
Oh. Slowly and quietly.
Yeah. That's the sneakier way.
This is all Part of me wants to say it's also stupid, but I don't think it is stupid because you start with the proposition that you can't distinguish between legal and illegal. Then you go to the realization that no one is actually that stupid. So what you present is the idea that there's no such thing as a nation state and none of this land is rightfully held. That is echoed in the words of Boston Mayor Michelle Wu, who says outright, no borders. The people on the streets right now in Los Angeles, they are chanting, no borders, no deportation. So you're rejecting the concept of a nation state. So anyone can move wherever they want, wherever they want. But do you also want to have a welfare state? Do you want your Medicare? Do you want your Social Security? Do you want your universal health care? How do you propose to support all that? How is everybody going to move here and have all that? And why don't you live that way, Billie Eilish, who has a $50 million mansion in Los Angeles? Does everybody get to camp on your lawn? I mean, it's stolen land. Do you give them your food? Do you give them your master bedroom? I'm sorry, we don't call it the master bedroom anymore. What do we call it now? Main bedroom? I don't know what we call it.
Primary.
So stupid. Primary bedroom. Do you give them that? No, because you protect things. The people in Minnesota right now have created these chop zones. Have you noticed what they're doing? They're stopping traffic. They're going in the middle of the intersection, and they're setting up crates. Boom, 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 boom. Recliners. And they're setting up permanent residency. And you know what they're doing? They're checking cars as they go by. Why? They want to check and see if the plates are in the ICE database. So let me get this straight. You have set up a little sovereign province in the intersections of Minneapolis where you established a border. The wall. People aren't allowed in, and you check the status of everybody that not only comes into your area but passes by.
Wow.
Let me just get this straight. While chanting no borders, no deportations. So it's not all stupid. It is the pursuit of some other thing, which that thing is given voice by Michelle Wu. No nation state. Wide open. And then ultimately it doesn't stop there. And we've had this conversation. Go to the politician in Spain. You want to replace the existing population with a new population. And why? Why? Yes, in practical terms for your own political power and preservation. But this, in the end, it gets simple. This is about a deep and abiding hatred. Well, I'm going to go deeper. It's about a deep and abiding hatred of Western civilization and the seeking to destroy Western civilization, which is seen as the greatest oppressor on the planet. But that's not at the end of that. It goes deeper because do you think that's what Billie Eilish thinks? Does Billie Eilish want to do away with Western civilization? Maybe, maybe not. Can she sound that out? It's deep and abiding hatred of self. That's what it is. You hate yourself. You hate yourself and everything that you represent and everything you're a part of and everything you've inherited and everything that people fought for before you and everything that you've earned probably as well. You have guilt, I don't know why, and a hatred of self. At least publicly. Because I don't think you're giving your master bedroom over to the whatever. El Salvadorian dude.